Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Anybody remember that song? It was like let me think about this. It was in the early 2000s. It was a hideous, like people made fun of it, but the song was called Friday and the girl sang about Friday. Every time I say Happy Friday, I think of it. I will not do it because I don't know the tone, but it was one of those like you were so annoyed that it was in your mind. That is always in my mind when I say anything about Friday. Happy Friday. I'm happy to be here with you guys. I have a good training today. I want to just tell everybody before we actually get started, I just posted inside of the larger Kingdom Alliance, like Kingdom Community Group, my personal Facebook and my personal LinkedIn, that I am opening today's Financial Freedom Friday call up to anybody, and anybody can join. So feel free to share the link with people, whether they're in our company or not, and invite them to join. We're not going to do this all the time, but we decided periodically we will open it up so people can get a little tasteroo of what we're doing here inside of our community. So feel free. I'm going to give you guys a second to do that before I really get into everything. I have some company specific announcements that I'm going to talk about first, that are specific to us, like things that are happening inside of our environment. And then I have a great training on leadership and something that relates even to last Friday and last week. So I'm excited to share it with you. I hope you had a great week. It's August. I'm like excited about August. I feel like God's on the move in big ways, and that August is going to be one of those breakthrough months. Anybody else feeling that? Like, I don't know if it's just me, but is anybody else feeling like there was a shift recently, and July was like hurting. July was like we were squeezing through the eye of a needle. And now that we have stepped into August, something feels different. Definitely. Yes. I do too. I think August is going to be a phenomenal month for on a lot of fronts. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, let's go over some fun stuff that's happening in case you're not aware of it. Let's see. That's not what I wanted to pull up. I took notes so that I would make sure I got everything right. Okay, hold on. Why can't I find anything on this screen? Because I have 37 screens up. More than that, literally probably like 50 screens up. Okay, this is the one I want. So let me pull it over here so that I can get it away from everything else. Okay. So for those of you that are not aware, and I'm not live streaming today, it's literally only on the Zoom. So if you have people that want to join, they can only join the Zoom. And we want people to join. Want them to be part of this. The training that I'm doing today would be applicable to anybody in any company. It would even be applicable to people that are not even in network marketing, but it will be network marketing specific because that's just what we do and this is what I love. But once I get through this kind of housekeeping specific for us here inside of the Kingdom Alliance group, then I'll get to the training. So welcome to anybody and everybody. If you're here and you're not part of our company, just bear with us while we go through a couple of company specific announcements, and then we will get into the main training. Okay, so for those of you that are not aware, we made some shifts in pricing for some of our programs, but that in doing that, we also added to commission. So just a quick update. As of yesterday, August 1st, in order to participate in the Radiant Leadership Coach Program, that is now $3,000 instead of $25,000. But in addition to that being $3,000, we've actually put that into the compensation plan. So you get 200 points for it. And there is a bonus to the enroller of the person that does that of $200, a one-time commission. So yay. That was kind of a separate program before, but we've put it all inside of the comp plan. So that's the same for anybody on your team that signs up for the Radiant Leadership Coach Program or to become a certified Kim 10 speaker. The cost is the same and the commissions are the same. In addition to that, you may or may not be aware that you can enroll people in the Radiant Leadership Academy as a retail product. If they don't want to be a part of the membership just the monthly mentorship programs, then they can be part of Radiant Leadership Academy paying retail. It's $4,000 for that. And there is a $2,000 one-time commission to you. I don't know if you knew that. For those of you that are used to high ticket, that is something that's available to you. And the same with the Kingdom Speaker Academy and the Kim 10 certification. You can sell that to people retail. It's $4,500 and there's a $1,000 commission. The reason that commission is less is because there are some hard costs attached to that, because we have the in-person event, we do the professional recording and all the things that go with it. So I just wanted you guys to know that we added things to that. We didn't just raise prices, we raised prices and we're giving more to you guys. Also this month, for every ticket to activate that is sold, whether it has already been purchased or it's one that gets purchased during the month of August, we are giving you a coupon code to give away a ticket to somebody for free. And that ticket has to go to somebody that's not yet part of our program. So it would be somebody that maybe you've been prospecting, somebody that you've been talking to, somebody that you would love to get, but they didn't want to spend the money because they don't know what we're doing yet. You can give that ticket away. The first 50, we're doing it for 50 people to give away that free ticket. Just in case you guys were wondering, there is a hard cost attached to those. Just the dinner alone on Saturday night at the gala, just the dinner alone, there is a hard cost of $150 a plate just for the dinner. So each seat at the event costs us approximately $1,000. So we are investing in you so that you can bring people into our environment. They can experience all of the things that we're going to do at Activate this year. And we know that it's going to be every year, it just gets better and better. And we have a lot of fun launches and great speakers, and it's going to be a phenomenal event. So the event starts Thursday, October 10th, with a live worship concert that we're making free. Anybody can come, whether they're coming to the event and have a ticket or not. Within the next couple of weeks, we'll probably create an Eventbrite so that people can gather those free tickets to come to the worship concert. It's at the Hard Rock Hotel in San Diego, downtown San Diego. It'll be this outdoor, gorgeous worship concert. We're excited about it. The event itself starts Friday. It's all day Friday. Of course, there's breaks and lunch and all of that stuff. And then Saturday, the event ends at 4 o'clock. We take a break and then we come back for our awards gala. This is black tie. You get to get dressed up. It's like an adult prom, which I'm always excited for an adult prom, any reason to get dressed up. We do awards and some very special things. And we have a sit-down dinner and live music. And it's just like the best business conference you could have ever gone to, because it's like business conference slash like women's Christian conference all combined into one. And if you have people that want to come, we are opening it up to people that are not even in our company if they want to buy a ticket, because since our product itself is personal professional development, and so much of our training is almost like generic personal professional development and generic leadership development and network marketing, we know that even people that come to this event, even if they aren't part of our company, they will really have a lot of benefit. Okay. I think that's all my housekeeping. I think that's all the housekeeping. Hopefully, if you guys have questions, just type it in the chat and we'll do our best to answer it. What about getting a free ticket for a spouse? So the free tickets are designed specifically for somebody that's not already involved. So if your spouse is not signed up and part of the programs, then that would apply. For every free ticket, we have to have a paid ticket. That makes sense. And we're doing it specifically to help you guys bring people that maybe wouldn't be able to come or wouldn't be interested in coming. It's a gift. It's a gift, a special treat. Yes, they're coming to the gala too. Yes, the gala is included. They get to come to the whole event. Thank you. I had this jacket off, but I have like kind of like a tube top on, but I look naked. So I put it back on and I'm sweating to death. So if you see, I have a fan over here. It's blowing me like a lovely music video. It's because I'm sweating. I'm sweating under the jacket, but I didn't want to look naked. So I have the jacket on. Okay. Yes, it is kind of like the most amazing opportunity meeting, but this event, those that have been, it's so much more than a business event. Last year we had some impromptu baptisms by the pool. They weren't planned. And it was an amazing thing. Our daughter stepped into the pool, which was one of the most amazing moments. It almost all of it got captured too in photos and videos. It was just it was an amazing event. And it's also just a time to get filled up. We're living in wild times. It's great to gather together and feel the energy of a bunch of people in the same room that all believe in the same things, that are all working toward the same things, that all have the same mission. Even if you have different callings, our mission is all aligned. And it's just great to see each other because we gather together so often online. Getting to see each other in person is like the most amazing treat ever. And there are some things that'll be happening at this event that only happen at this event. So you're going to want to come for that. Okay. Housekeeping done. I'm going to talk about leadership today. Leadership. I talk about leadership a lot, don't I? It's because I think it's the key to everything. I really do. It's the key to, hold on. It's the key to better relationships. It's the key to success in business. It's the key to like financial stability, emotional stability. I think everything hinges on leadership, your own personal leadership. And so I'm going to start with a statement. Why it looks like people are trying to come in and then they're going out. I don't know what the problem is. Are you guys hearing anything from anybody? Yes, the merch will be there and we'll have a great merch shop. Some things that will not be available in the shop, some new things that we're launching at the event that will be in the shop. So we have a lot, like God has lined up all these things that we're announcing at Activate that it's going to be really, really cool to be there. Okay. Are you ready for this statement? Your lack of leadership is the lid to your growth. This is a harsh statement. P.S. Do I have permission to be an upline for the next 40 minutes and not the owner of the company? Is that okay? Okay. Just want to make sure I have permission. I want to be, I want to, it's a different conversation when I speak as an upline versus the owner of the company. Because when I'm the owner of the company, I feel like I have to be a little softer. And when I'm the upline, I feel like I can give it to you straight. You deserve to have me give it to you straight as somebody building in the field. There's enough people out there trying to fill you with fluff. You know what I mean? It's so easy. All you do is this, but really that all you do is this. And then it's like this slew of other things. So it's not really the truth. What was it? I missed what it was before growth. Your lack of leadership is the lid to your own growth. Your lack of leadership is the lid to your own growth. And the truth is because you can listen to every training. I mean, they're available. You could spend tons of money. Tony Robbins, all these people, great things. Some people that would be considered the best trainers on the planet in various fields of study and training and leadership, right? But if you don't ever take those principles and put them into action, it's like you're walking on a treadmill. You're still moving, but you're going nowhere. And here's the sadder thing even still. You're moving and you're tracking the miles, right? If you've gone on a treadmill, you can see the incline and you can see how far you've gone, but you look around and your surroundings are still the same. This is what happens when you're just in this mode of, I'm going to keep learning and learning and learning. I went to this event. I signed up for this coach. I have this training. I went to this workshop. I've spent $50,000 in personal development this year. And you're talking about it and you're wondering, why has nothing changed? I've gone to all this training. I show up on every call. How come my business still isn't growing? Here's a question I have for you. Have you evolved? Only you can answer that question. Maybe the people closest to you. This is something that you can, if you dare to ask people around you. In the last 6 months, have I evolved? Have you seen me grow? Have you seen me change? If you've taken the course that I did inside the mentorship program called, I think it's called Creating Clarity and Finding Your Superpower or something like, it's something kind of like that. I give you exercises to help you find your calling. Maybe that's part of the title. See, I don't even remember the things that I create, but something like that. But it goes through this process of actually getting feedback, asking people around you some hard questions. This is a great question to ask. If you're wondering, if you feel like you've been devoted to growth and development, I dare you to ask somebody around you if they have seen any evolution in you. That's a scary question to ask people, especially the people close to you that will tell you the truth. Are you ready for the actual answer? Has your leadership grown or changed in the last 6 months? If the people in your own life don't see it, I promise you it's not being reflected in your business. Because leadership is all encompassing. It's not just it's like the people that go to church on Sunday, but then that's the only day that they're thinking about talking about Jesus, engaging in a relationship, and the rest of the week they're back to the regular stuff, and then they go to church on Sunday, right? If you are trying to grow as a leader and you think you are, but the people around you in your day-to-day life, if they are not seeing any shifts or changes, you are fooling yourself. I hate that because I can't do that part for you. I want to. Oh my goodness, do I want to? Isn't it so easy to look at somebody's life from the outside looking in and go, all you have to do is like this. Why aren't you just doing this? What do you mean you don't have this? From the outside looking in, when I speak to you and I have conversations with you guys, like I see such amazing leadership potential, and like I see your giftings and I see these things that you tell me, and I'm like, but it's all you have to do is this. It's like there. What's holding you back? What's stopping you? Everything that you're looking for in your business, everything is on the other side of the person that you have not become yet. Everything is on the other side of the person that you have not become yet. Some things we can fast forward. How? How do you like make the growth process happen faster? Does anybody have a clue? I'll just wait to see if anybody has a comment on that. Anybody know how you make it happen faster? That's really good, Christy. Step through the fear. That's good. Consistency. That's good. Consistency. Yeah. Anybody else? Obedience, intentionality, implement. All of those are true. Pray. Yes. 100% all of those. Are you ready? Fail faster. Just fail faster. Like speed it up. Just do it. I'm going to tell a story about that. Are you ready? Just fail faster. This word fail that everybody is so afraid of. I'm afraid of failing. I'm afraid what people are going to think about me. I'm afraid of this. What's my family going to say? Like all of that is a lie. That's a lie from the pit of hell. None of it actually matters. I have predominantly worked with women my entire adult career. Let me tell you something. They're already talking about you. Sorry. I hate to just say it like it is. Might be positive, might be negative, but they're already talking. They're literally talking. Or they're not. Give them something good to talk about. What does it matter? What other people have thought of you, and the fact that you had the courage to step forward in something, maybe it didn't work out the way you wanted, does that at all impact your ability to grow in your life, your finances? Does it pay your bills? It means nothing. It is a meaningless thing that we have attached value to that means nothing. Literally means nothing. You have to fail faster. You have to move forward faster. You have to take action faster. So last week I was in Connecticut, at my daughter's house. They're in Connecticut in the summer, and my daughter had to go, and her husband had to go to a big air show, like the biggest air show in the world. And so I was lucky enough to get to go to their home and stay with my grandbaby, our grandbaby, the only one we have. She's 3, she'll be 4 at the end of November. And she's wild and smart and sassy, like all of my other kids were. And I had a great time with her. And one of the days when my daughter came home, I got to spend a couple days with my daughter too. We went to one of those little trampoline parks. You guys know what they are? Have you been to one? The trampoline parks of today are a little different than the ones when my kids were the age to go to them. They were just trampolines and like ball pits. Now they're like children's version of American Ninja Warrior. They are legit, man. They take some athleticism. Bobby said, you just described yourself, wild, sassy, and smart. I take that as an absolute compliment. Thank you. So we go to this, and she's little. She's 3. Okay. So I feel like the premier age for this particular trampoline park was probably like 6. 6 would have been perfect because you're a little taller. You can reach some of the things, but she's 3 and she's teeny. She's tiny little baby 3-year-old, almost 4, but still. So she's jumping on all the things and trying to get into the other areas that were definitely for bigger kids. There was a tube that you climbed up, like the tube went up and kind of around so that you were inverted, and it was all with rope. And so you like netting. So you climbed it, you kind of climbed upside down like Spider-Man. A little too scary for her. She couldn't really do that one. She did some of the other things. And there were 3 ball pits, and they were all side by side. And it looked very American Ninja Warrior-ish, where they are hanging on to things and there's water below them. Are you guys with me? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Where they are like using sheer upper body strength to hold on to things or to slide or to climb. And if they let go, they fall into water. So there was something very similar to that, but there was ball pits below, 3 separate areas. One of them had rings, like you could hold on to rings and swing. You could do 1 ring, or you could have 2 rings and pull yourself. She couldn't do those. She couldn't even reach the ring, even if she jumped. And then the other one were these panels, these like, I don't know, like wooden panels that had circles in them. So you could swing from one panel to the next to go across the ball pit. And then the third one were they looked like giant swings. They were pieces of wood that were about, I don't know, square piece of wood about that big, held on by ropes, 3 of them. So you would step onto one if you were big, like a big person. You would step onto one, swing it, step onto the other one, swing it, step onto the other one. Well, Tegan's too tiny to do that, to step on them. So she sat on them, but couldn't do anything because she couldn't even swing them because they were so big. So her mom and me, had to swing one and hold the other so that she could go to the next. Are you guys with me? Like, are you sticking with the story? Okay. There's a point. Trying to paint a picture for you. So she did it. It was, she was kind of having fun, but you could tell it wasn't that great for her, this particular part. All of a sudden, a little girl comes over. She's about 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old. And we're standing on the side of the ball pit now. And this girl comes over, she looks like a little gymnast, very athletic, comes over and she sits on the wooden swing, swings it, attaches her legs to the other swing to stop it. So now she's created kind of a bridge, slides her booty from one piece of wood to the other, holds on to the thing. And this is how she does it, goes all the way across. And Tegan's watching, and I'm watching Tegan, me and my daughter. And I'm looking at her and she's just watching. And I looked at my daughter and I go, do you see what's happening? She goes, oh, yeah. So Tegan then goes over and she saw it can be done. I'm going to try this. So we don't help her. Jordan Peterson says about your children, let them do dangerous things carefully. She couldn't have gotten hurt. She would just fall into a ball pit. So she gets on and she does it. She gets from the first plank of wood, slides her booty, puts her legs on it, slides her booty to the second one. And when you do it and you release, it automatically causes the piece of wood to swing because it's stretched, and then it swings automatically when you let go of the other one. So it swings, and she gets onto the third one and gets her 2 feet on there. She's got a gap between the two planks of wood, grabs onto it to slide to the third one so she can make it all the way across, and she loses her grip and falls into the ball pit. She's fine. She's so tiny she needs help out. She can't even get out of the ball pit. So my daughter pulls her out and she tries it again. And this time she makes it all the way across. Fail faster. Watch what other people have done and then just go for it. Stop overthinking. She watched her do it one time and then she went for it. She fell, she learned from falling, and she went back immediately and she did it again and she was successful, and she did it over and over again, and she is 3. I almost cried. I wish I would have taken a video. I always say that after I leave. I'm so engaged in everything that's going on that I don't take very many videos or pictures, but on this I wish I would have, because I would have loved to have shown you the visual of what happened. And this is our design. You guys have heard me say it a million times. I believe if it's possible in the world, it's possible for you. It's just a matter of how. How many of you know somebody that has made $10,000 a month or more in the network marketing profession? How many of you know somebody? Well, if it's possible for them, it's possible for you. That's the bottom line. You watch what other people do, and then you do it imperfectly. If it doesn't work out the first time, you tweak. She learned something, right? What did she learn? I don't know. She didn't tell me, but something. She learned something, because when she went back to do it the second time, she didn't do the same thing and she made it all the way across. But the only way that it works is if you attempt it. Hold on. What is this? Fail faster. And by the way, I hate that word because it sounds so negative. Like, change your relationship with that word. Change your relationship with rejection that comes in network marketing. Change your relationship with the word failure. Because guess what? In network marketing, you can fail 90% of the time and still literally become a millionaire in this profession. So what do I mean by failing 90% of the time? Well, if we look at the numbers, the law of averages, if it takes having 10 actual phone calls with people before you can get one sign up, that would technically mean you failed 90% of the time, right? I just want to say something again about this word. I don't have any attachment to that word. It means nothing to me. But there's no to me, it's not a failure if something doesn't work. It just means it didn't work. If somebody says, no, I didn't fail, it just means they said no. Either the timing wasn't right for them, or there's something that I need to adjust in the way that I talked to them, because a yes is inevitable to me. A yes is inevitable. It's just a matter of time. Like, why wouldn't everybody want to be here? That's the truth. This is how I legitimately feel in my soul. Why wouldn't everybody want to be here? So it's just a matter of time. Stop worrying about this stuff that actually means nothing, that the enemy has made such a focal point of our lives, right? This failing, all this stuff. It's bunk. I was going to say it's BS, but have you evolved? Have you changed? Have you grown? Is it noticeable to anybody? Because you could say, I've totally grown and changed. Really? Is it noticeable to anybody? Have any of your behaviors changed? Have any of your actions changed? Yes, change begins inside of you. This is what the Radiant Leadership Academy is primarily about, right? This is what it's about. We use the Radiant Leadership Academy to walk into development and growth and all of these great things. I think there's something wrong with the Zoom, because I keep seeing people come in and then I can't let them in. So if you guys are getting messages from people that they can't come in, I've had at least 10 people, their name shows up and then they go away. I feel bad about that. They think I'm launching them. I'm not. I don't know what's happening. Oh, you're letting them in. This whole time I'm like, I'm trying to let them in and they're already gone. That's funny. Never mind. There's nothing wrong with the Zoom. Bobby's just fast. Yes, Bobby's doing something tech. Okay. Oh, what did you say here? You said, Kim said, I started a women's prayer group at my church a couple months ago. A big step for me. I'm proud of you. Now let's just, I'm going to dive into this. What if you would have started a prayer group and like nobody showed up or only one person showed up? Would you feel bad about it? Would you feel like you failed? Probably. When I started the prayer call, you guys have heard me say this 100 times, and there's not like millions of people on it, but we keep doing it every week. And I know it's blessing people and I love doing it. But when we started literally for like the first 9 months, there was only the 5 of us, me, my mom, Ferris, Molly, and who was the 5th? Sometimes a random would come on, but it was 4 or 5, just us. That was it in the beginning. You got to keep doing the thing. If God called you to do, were you on those? I don't think you were on those then. If God called you to do the thing, I just said this on my live. If God called you to do a thing, whatever it is, if it's this business, I hope it's this business. That's why you're here. Then what business is it of yours to quit because it's not working out the way that you thought it was? He called you to it. On the day that you get to meet with him and you quit, he's like, hey, whatever happened with that? Well, I tried and I didn't get any, like, it just wasn't happening. Wasn't it? I liked this better or whatever. He's going to say, but I called you to that. Well, I got 5 no's. I didn't ask you how many no's you got. I asked why you didn't do the thing I called you to do. Why didn't you write the book? I put a book in your heart. That book was going to bless millions of people. Why didn't you start the business? The business was going to fund millions of dollars into the kingdom. Why didn't you say yes to this? You're the only one that knows that. I don't know it. And one of the things that we hope to do here inside this community is to equip you so that you will go do that thing. We're raising up authors, speakers, coaches, content creators, podcasters, right? Voices for the kingdom. Okay, how many of you know that everybody is not exactly like you? How many of you know that? Like there's different personalities out there, yeah? You guys know that? I know you say that, but do you really know it? One of the things that's important to, I think, as a network marketing leader, to learn is how to speak to and understand and communicate with all the different personality types. Because typically you are speaking to one audience in particular, and it's usually the one that's like you, your personality type. But as a leader, we're talking about leadership here. It's important that you learn how to lead, guide, mentor, coach all personality types, connect with all personality types, and attract all personality types. Not just one, not just the one that you are or the one that you like, which is typically the one that you are. We all usually have like personality types that we're more attracted to than others. And we have some personality types that we're like, ooh, that's a hard one. That's a hard personality type. But as a leader, that is your job. I often think to myself about the 12 disciples. I mean, you can kind of sort of pick up maybe on some personality traits of the disciples through the Bible, but I am convinced that Jesus was an introvert. Like I'm literally convinced that he was an actual like textbook introvert, meaning he got recharged alone. We talk about this in RLA. He spent time alone often. I always think, like, in my mind, I picture this scene in the morning, the disciples all wake up. I don't know. Did they have coffee? I don't know. Maybe they're making something over a fire. Like, where'd Jesus go again? It's like, where is he? Every morning the guy's gone. Like, where's Jesus? Because I think that was his recharge. He spent time alone in prayer with the Lord every morning, getting recharged so that he could go do his thing. Do you think that all the disciples had one personality type? What about all the people that Jesus ministered to? Like, as a leader, it is our job. It's your job to be able to communicate with everybody, not just specific people. I'm asking you some leadership questions today. Here's my next one. What do you think that the very best, the most successful people in network marketing, what do you think they're like? Personality wise, work habits, what do you think they're like? How do you think they perform? What do you think is their daily method of operation? The most successful ones. Despina, people, for sure. I would say that the most successful people in network marketing actually like people. They care about people. They're focused, they're driven, they're unstoppable. I would say that those are all probably very true characteristics of somebody. They are probably definitely focused and driven and unstoppable. I think to be successful in network marketing, you literally have to be unstoppable because by its nature, this is a business that stops you because people tell you no. People tell you you're crazy. People say you're involved in that. Like, you got to be unstoppable. Oh, good one, Michelle. Approachable and likable. Let me tell you something. And Bobby, I would love for you to chime in on this too, even if it's only in the chat. Some of the people that I have known in network marketing that have been the most successful are so likable. They so make you feel important when you talk to them. They so make you feel like they care. Likable. Are you a likable person? Or are you like kind of haughty? You're like, I hate that. Those are kind of leaders I couldn't even stand to be around. And there's those too. But like, are you somebody that people just want to be around? They just want to work with you. They don't even care what you do. Oh, I like you a lot too, Michelle. I was going to actually use you as an example, Michelle Tasco. People want to be around you, whatever you're doing. You're caring, likable, and they just want to be around you. That is an important characteristic. So ask yourself, are you a likable person? Or are you the Eeyore of the group? Are you always talking about the most negative thing on the news, the bad weather, the bad traffic? Is that you? Or are you the person that's asking people questions and bringing up positive things and helping to shift their perspective, speaking life into people? Somebody says, oh, I've really been looking for a blah, blah, blah. And you go, oh, I have the greatest person. Let me connect you. Likable, a resource. I can tell when people are genuine or fake. Yes, I can too. Huge servant's heart. Not all leaders have a huge servant's heart. Sometimes their heart is to serve them. In network marketing, it is a unique type of leadership because you are both leading from the front and leading from the back simultaneously. What do I mean when I talk about that? Leading from the front is your example. You will move your team more with your example than what you say. What is your daily method of operation? How many people are you personally enrolling? How many people are that you personally enroll are rank advancing, and are you rank advancing? Those three things will move your team more than any training you ever give them. That's leading from the front. And then what is leading from the back? Leading from the back is saying, come on, together we're going to do this. Who can we get on a call with today? What's your goal for this month? Let's break it down. I'm going to be here with you. Here's what you say to that person. Here's how to respond to that person. I'm going to do this with you. We're in it together. That is simultaneously leading from the front and the back. And network marketing and ministry are the only two places I have ever seen that type of leadership that is required. It's required in network marketing, in my opinion. Let's see, what other things are you guys saying? Relationships, consistency, perseverance, yes. Intentional, servant's heart, consistent and passionate. Type A's. A lot of times they're type A's. I think that they're always busy. That successful network marketers, if they tell you they're always busy, they're doing it wrong. Because successful network marketers build a team so that they can have a life. That's why they're doing it. They're not doing it to build themselves another job. By the way, that's what we did. Sometimes I think to myself, I built a job. But again, I am held accountable to the calling, which is why I do it every day with joy. That was a calling. I got called out. God specifically said, and because our life was good and easy. If you've listened to our story or me to share it, I literally blew up something that was so easy and so amazing to build a job. Because that was the calling. And maybe your calling isn't that, but maybe your network marketing business is what you're called to bring abundance, freedom, and choices into your life so that you can move into another calling. There's, a lot of people come here because they want to be about kingdom business. And there's really not a lot of other businesses out there that you can be about kingdom business and have the opportunity to actually make decent money. Like, that's the truth. I want to make decent money. I want to be about the kingdom. What can you go do? Like, you want to become Priscilla Shearer? Good luck. Very few and far between. Right? I mean, that's the truth. You want to be an author? Then you kind of got to become a Priscilla Shearer, right? But what this does is this gives the average person the ability to build something significant with a smaller amount of influence, speaking to regular people without having a giant platform. But you have to be evolving as a leader. You have to be growing your network. You have to be meeting and talking to people. It doesn't happen on its own. Okay, so leaders know that two things need to happen when they're talking to people. Are you ready? I'm going to give them both to you. Number one, you need to understand what somebody else's need is. When you're talking to somebody, when you're prospecting, what is it that they need? You need to be able to understand that. How do you know what that is? Asking questions. That's right, Sherry. I saw you. I read your lips. You ask questions. When I get on the phone with people that I meet, and by the way, I do it all week long. You guys might think I spend all my time doing all the corporate stuff. I spend a lot of time doing that, but I carve out time every week to meet new people. I reach out to new people purposefully to meet them and connect with them. And I schedule calls with new people just like you guys are doing. First of all, I like doing it. I just like people connecting, meeting. Maybe there's a connection that they're going to help us make, right? And I'm building this thing with you. I'm building it with you. I'm a network marketer. I actually like the network marketing process. And the first part of my conversation with everybody is me asking them a bunch of questions before I ever talk about what we have here. I got on a call with somebody yesterday, and it was supposed to be a half an hour call. We talked for an hour. And the first 40 minutes, 45 minutes, I was asking her questions about her life, what she did, why she got into it. And in the end, I was like, listen, I didn't know anything about you. So I didn't come on this call with this ask in mind, but I see something here. I see an amazing connection that somehow we can collaborate. I wouldn't have known any of that or what to say or how to say it if I had not asked questions first. So leaders know that you need to understand somebody else enough to fill the need. Like Bobby said, fill the holes in their life. What do they need? More time, more money, more connection, more friendships. They're flat out uninspired and exhausted. They need to be filled up with the living water, not just with products. I love products, but products are temporary. That's number one. Number two, leaders know that their prospect needs to trust that they are the leader that can help fill that need. Find out what the need is, and they need to believe that you're the person that can help them fill the need. Leaders know that the person they're talking to needs to know that you actually care, that you're not just trying to sell a product, and that you actually want them to win, to succeed, to have something better. whatever is applicable. They need to know that you're the one that cares. You actually care. It's real. You have to know the need. Then you have to tell them how to fill the need, and they have to believe that you're the person that can help them fill the need because you actually care enough to help them do it. Not just because you're trying to get another sign up. This is what leaders know. High performers have something that 90% of other good performers, right, don't have. They have a level of personal leadership. I'm going to give you a list. It's personal, and they're all connected, okay? Personal leadership, emotional regulation. You don't go too high, you don't go too low. You don't get too excited, you don't get too disappointed. Emotional regulation. Your cognitive process, the way that you think, that's what that means. Having a process, you're not just flying by the seat of your pants, right? You know how to regulate your fears. You never let them stop you. This is what high performers do. They are great communicators. They have amazing interpersonal skills. And lastly, they have a very keen sense of personal awareness, self-awareness. This is a funny one to me. Some people are not self-aware at all. That's why sometimes if you ask the people around you, have I changed? Have I evolved? Have I grown? They'll tell you straight up, well, I mean, you're still yelling at people when we're driving. You still have road rage, maybe a little bit, but I still see, this, that, and the other thing. You said you were going to start getting up early and going for walks every day. You did it twice. Ask the people around you. The truth is, it's time to mature. What were the last two? I'll go through the whole list. This is the list of things that high performers have. Ready? Personal leadership. Oops. I have it on my notes. That's what I'm looking at. My notes on my phone. Listen, your phone, I have like 900 notes on here. I could write a book with the notes that are on my phone. Personal leadership, emotional regulation, the way they think, their cognitive process. They don't let fears stop them. They're great communicators. They have great interpersonal skills and personal awareness. Okay, are you ready? It's time to grow up. It's time to mature. This is kind of everything that the company is predicated upon, helping people grow, right? But it's time to grow, because here's the thing. You are attracted to, not just you, us humans. We are attracted to things that are not good for us. Sugar, alcohol, Netflix, gossip. We are attracted to things that are not good for us. And it is only in your immaturity that you keep doing, you still do the things that are not good for you. So it's time to mature. Stop following other people that are doing that. Stop scrolling, stop comparing, stop having short timers, stop eating so much sugar, stop drinking, stop sitting around and not moving your body, right? It's time to grow up. Paul says it. What's the verse? Romans 10:17. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. This is the Passion. I'm going to pull it up. 10:17. Someone will probably type it in before I get it. Okay, here it is. He says, is this 10? Yeah. He says, faith is birthed in the heart that responds to God's anointed utterance. I don't like that version as much. The voice has been heard throughout the world, and its message has gone to the ends of the earth. Oh, that's faith comes by hearing. That's not the right verse. That's my next thing I was going to tell you. Thought. We crave sugar, which is bad for us. We try to regulate salt, which is essential to us. Ooh, that's so good, Christy. So good. I don't have the verse here in my notes, but there are many verses, especially in the New Testament, about growing. Like it says, when you were a child, you ate like a child. But when you became a man, you behaved like a man. Get off the booby. Stop breastfeeding, so to speak, in this life. Know what I'm saying? Not just in your walk with the Lord, in everything, like up level. Stop being a beginner. Some of y'all have been around for a long time, and it's time for you to stop being a beginner. How do you stop? Start taking action, fail faster, mess up so that you can try it again and do it a little better and a little better and a little better each time. My little grandbaby Tegan, all she wants is sugar. That's all she wants. Would I be stewarding her health the best if I gave her all the sugar that she wanted for every meal? Is that what's best for her? Or is my job as her Gigi to give her the things that are going to help her to grow and develop? This is what I'm trying to give you here. I'm trying to give you things to help you grow and develop. Getting on these calls, I'm so happy that you're here. Take something and do something. Go do something. And do it messy. Mess it up. Okay, really quick, because I have more things, but I want to talk about last week. Here's a quick question. Are you working to succeed, or are you just trying not to fail? Ask yourself that question. Okay, so last Friday, I posted on my Facebook that I was like, the Financial Freedom Friday call was open to anybody last week because I had a message that I was going to share. And I had everything set up in my daughter's office. I had my light, I'm good, I'm ready to go. I have my notes, everything's ready. And then 15 minutes before the call, my daughter comes in and she goes, "Are you ready to go?" I was like, "Where are we going?" And she goes, "Oh, we're going to go here, 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 and here." Now, I don't get to see my daughter all that often because they live on the other side of the country from me. So I said, "Okay." So I got in the car and I texted Molly and I said, "Hey, you're going to be on the Financial Freedom Friday call?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Can you host it?" 15 minutes before the call. I knew she could do it. I knew she could pull something out. I wasn't worried about it. And I literally wasn't even in the house to watch it or fix it or check up on anything. Bobby and her were there together. I texted Bobby too. He's like, "Molly and I'll just go on there and we'll figure it out. We'll do it together." As a leader, network marketing leaders know that they need to have somebody on their hip. Who are you developing? If you're not developing leaders in your network marketing business, you're not doing it right. If you're not developing disciples in the kingdom, you're not doing it right. That's our mandate. That is the Great Commission. We're all called to do it. Little did I know that she was kind of like panicking a little bit about it, but she said that my confidence in her gave her the confidence to do it. I would not have asked Molly to do it if I didn't think she was capable of it, even if she didn't think she was capable of it. Leaders nudge people into places that they know that they can handle, even if they don't know they can handle it. But the leader knows because you've been developing them. You've been working with them. Our job is to, in our network marketing business, we talk to tons of people. It's a numbers game. From those tons of people, now you get on some calls. From those calls, you enroll some people. From those people that you enroll, you work to develop them. Some of them will develop. And the ones that you develop, you help to fly, and then you go do the whole thing over again. This is the cycle of network marketing. The strength of your business, the size of your check will largely be based on your ability to develop leaders. Unless you're a flat out influencer, and our compensation plan accounts for that, right? Like we have that piece of the compensation plan that allows for people that just are like influencers and want to treat it like an affiliate program and just enroll people and not build a team. What fun is that? I mean, I get it. That's what some people do. But to me, the most special part about this business is the development of people. I love that part of it. I love seeing people step into something because when they step into something here, How many people have you heard that are not in network marketing anymore that say, oh yeah, I started in network marketing? Did you know that Myron Golden started his career in network marketing? You guys know who Myron Golden is? He's amazing. Do you know who Patrick Bet-David is? Started in network marketing. These are people that are like media moguls. Very, very, very successful, very well-known, huge followings, multi-millionaires. They started in network marketing. Network marketing helps to develop people when done right. Your job is to help develop people. I'll end this call by talking about rest. By the way, you know that you are good at developing leaders when somebody can step in and doesn't even miss that you were gone. How cool is that? Very, very proud of that. Rest. I want to talk about rest. We live in a busy world. Our minds are busy. Our lives are busy. Our spirits are busy. Be quiet, babe. Rest. Here's why. Here's why I can talk about rest, because rest is not about inactivity. This is what we all think. Oh, rest is just inactivity. No, that's not what it's about. Rest is about pace, intention, preparation, and peace. That's what rest is. It's about pace, intention, preparation, and peace. It's not about doing nothing. That's what people, oh, I'm resting. I'm in a season of rest. Oh, I am afraid when people say that, because I am not saying, and I'll talk about this in a upcoming, actually, I'm going to talk about it in Radiant Leadership Academy Level 2, which starts next week. I'm excited. But people have used rest as an excuse to stay stagnant and to usurp their authority and their calling. And the enemy's like this the whole time. Keep resting, girl. You're tired. Rest. You deserve it. Keep resting. Meanwhile, he's wreaking havoc on the world. Even in the Bible, how long was their rest? One day. It wasn't like he was in a season of rest for like a month. I'm taking August off because I'm just in a season of rest. Sadly, in network marketing, when you do that, you have to start all the way back at the beginning. You don't get to pick up where you left off unless you have a giant business. If you have a giant business that's making millions, you can take time like that off. But in the beginning, you can't. You can have moments of rest. I mean, moments of stopping. You should have rest all the time. What's the definition of rest? Pace, intention, preparation, and peace. That will help you to feel rest in your spirit. Some of y'all just need to get up earlier and manage your time better. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. Some people accomplish a ton and they're busy and they have kids and businesses. And some people are like, I don't work. You know, everybody thinks that when they quit their job, they're going to do better in network marketing. It's not true. Matter of fact, most people do better when they're working because they have no choice but to be intentional about their time. And then when they have all this extra time, they just spin. I worked all day. I'm like, doing what? Wasn't doing this. If you worked all day, you should have had some result. Something would have happened. You would have got a call booked. You would have booked a three-way. Something would have happened if you were working all day doing the things you were supposed to do. More often than not, that's not what's happening. And then people are like, I'm just burned out. You're burned out because you're spinning your wheels and you're not doing anything that matters. That's one thing that actually like will irk me. When people say, I'm just really burned out. I'll be like, oh, I totally understand. Like, how many calls did you do in the last month? 4. What are you burned out from? Netflix? Because you're not burned out from building your network marketing business. 4 calls. You should be doing 4 calls in a day. And then they blame the company or whatever. Oh, that company, it just doesn't work. Well, you didn't work. Even a terrible company can work if you work it. I was with a company that was kind of terrible, but I worked so hard that I made it work. Leadership. How many of you have the courage to ask the people around you if you've grown in the last 6 months and to give you specifics? And if you want specific questions, you can go to that course. Those of you that aren't here, that aren't in the company, I don't even know what they are. Sorry, I don't remember them. Or I would tell you what they are. Just ask the people around you. Have you seen me? Have you seen, am I the same person as I was 6 months ago? Don't say a year ago, but doggone it. If you're the same person you were a year ago, you have to push even harder. We should be evolving and changing constantly. You should look at the version of yourself last year and you should not even recognize her. That's the truth. You should look at your post and be like, oh, I'm not like that anymore. That's awesome. I'm growing. I don't think like that anymore. I can't go there anymore. I can't hang out with that person anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. I can't eat that. I can't drink that, right? Should be the growth that's happening. That should be happening. My parents just told me that this weekend. That's amazing. I love that. When people say, gosh, you're not the same. Thank you. It's a huge compliment. I hope you guys will take advantage of some of the things that we've put in place for you this month and give away all those tickets fast to activate and grow. You know, the biggest compliment you could ever give me personally is to evolve. That's like the best thing you could ever give me. So grow. All right. Love you all. We'll see you all next week.